Bortle here, back from the epic 51 player case tournament. That's right, guys. We have here the one player that went undefeated in Swiss. 6 rounds of Swiss with virtual worlds. My goodness. Please introduce yourself and welcome to the channel, man.
How you doing, Bortle? My name's Christian Greathouse. I always go by many names. Anything before house, trap house, stack house, whatever. I'm fortunate to be here on the channel.
God, yes. So what made you decide to play virtual world for this event, man?
Virtual World has always been one of the decks that I've always leaned towards, and being like something that I can play on the spot. I don't need to work on list or anything like that. I knew there was going to be a lot of Drytron, Tri Brigade, and things like that nature. I think the deck has really good matchups against both of those decks.
Oh yeah, fun fact, this was their last this was the last weekend for the pre-ban list. Everyone's going to be focusing on playing the next ban list, which is going to happen, on October 1st. This deck's already pretty decent post-ban list as well because of emergency teleport going to 2, so that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy whenever Italy goes to two and we're just able to play two.
So 6 rounds of Swiss, all right, and then there was top cut. What was the deck that or beat you in top 8?
Top eight ended up breaking. Played against the Dragon Link player that I already beat in Swiss.
Before we start the actual deck profile, would you like to do some shout outs, man?
Oh yeah, first off, big shout out to Team Opposition Games, We the Ops, Alfred Johnson, Brian Cruz, MF Scott, and myself. We only made the team maybe not too long ago, and so far we've been doing good, clapping locals here and there. Also, big shout out to Boro for letting me be on the channel. Shout out to all the test partners that I had over the few days that I've played the virtual world deck. That's pretty much it. Also, shout out Creighton Pre. He knows why.
Yeah, without further ado, please take it away, Greathouse.
All right, so we have our standard virtual world package. 3 Lulu, 3 Lao, 3 Lili, 3 GG, and 2 Nan. Decided not to play Tao Tao because I always thought Tao Tao was a brick. It's just another copy of Nan, but it doesn't do anything in your hand. Other virtual world cards, we ought to play 3 City, 3 King Long, 2 Trap, Chuchi, and 1 Zanwu. Standard ratios. I bet every other virtual world list plays like this. When it comes to my hand traps, I play 2 Ash, 2 Valor, 2 Bell, 2 Nib, and 2 Impermanence. I decided to play 2 of every hand trap that actually did something against Tri Brigade and Drytron, because I didn't want to brick on opening multiples in the hand traps, multiple copies of hand traps. So I wanted to try to get different hand traps that actually did something like that. Against Drytron, I ended up opening pretty decent. Game 1, I think it was my second one, ended up opening Bell and Ash. In round 3, it was a Drytron guy. He ended up using Shaddoll Fusion on me game 1. And I was just like, well, I guess I can Bell his app clone, which I ended up doing. But yeah, it ended up working out pretty well. The only thing I would probably change out is switch out Bell and Phantasme from the side and main. Also, we're playing 3 Desires. No need for Prosperity. That card is bad. And then 2 Triple Tactics Talents. Never want. Same thing with the hand trap logic. You never want to open more than one, and you play enough of it to see it. Ended up breaking on it game 3 of my top 8, and it was unfortunate. And then for the the power 1-ofs, we got Called by the Grave and E-Telly. Can't wait to play E-Telly on multiple copies. You do so much stuff with the deck when it's at multiple copies.
We all know that the ban list is coming soon next week, and ETL will be bumped up to 2, so that's pretty decent. And you are playing Desires, so the ratios are pretty decent overall. And you already explained that you want to sometimes see your 2 of, so that's pretty exciting right there, man. Was there anything that got desired away that you kind of missed, or you were just decent overall?
It was pretty good to me so far until that top 8 match. I didn't really draw into anything. But when it comes to E-Telly, I might just end up cutting a copy of a 2 of hand trap, like a Nib or a Bell or something, or a Valor. Might just end up cutting Valor actually because of Tri Brigade probably won't be played as much. End up playing another copy of Nan, and then E-Telly, just see where we get off from there. You also post Bode. We still have a lot of stuff that's gonna come out, and the deck will change up even then. Hopefully get to be on here when it changes up.
Oh yes, of course. This game's gonna definitely change up post Bode, but we still have about a month away or so. Yeah, I guess you can continue with your extra deck.
Extra deck played Goon and Muddy Mud Dragon. Never really went into that package at all. Wanted to cut it after round 3 because it was just sitting there taking up space. Ended up also playing 2 Zeus. Double Zeus is also pretty good because I played Gaia Charger and Fan, so that's Just a mat right, like a two mat Zeus right there, and also Fortune Tune to go against back row decks like Eldritch, which is also pretty heavy up there. Ended up not going against any back row decks except for Altergeists, and that was on a stream, but I didn't have to summon Fortune Tune at all. Didn't wish it was anything else. And then your usual cards: M7, Shen Shen, Joy Joy, Vermilion Dragon Met, Crystal Wing, Zulkin, Charge Warrior, and Coral Dragon. Like I said, not really much I can would really change out of this list. Double Zeus ended up being pretty good. Ended up attacking a guy with my Zeus that had one material, and then going into another Zeus, and he just kind of flipped out.
You did mention you wanted to cut the Muddy Mud Dragon engine. What would you throw in place real quick?
Probably another copy of M7 for one of them, and then maybe Quacko Dragon Archithesis, the level 9 that draws a card per number of materials used.
Oh yeah, the fish. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the big fish. And then side, I went two Psycho Reader, two Lancia, two Droll, two Phantasme. Psycho Reader was probably the one card I kind of regret playing, but it ended up coming in handy in round two against Drytron. Ended up Psycho Readering and having Droll in hand too, so it didn't really matter. Like I said, the event I knew was going to be loaded with Tri Brigade and Drytron, so I just wanted to be able to go against both decks. Going to the spells, we got Harpy Feather Duster and three Twin Twister. Didn't need to play Lightning Storm at all. I felt like I didn't have to use it whenever if I missed it or anything. Also knew back row Geist was going to be there. Everybody wanted to play Geist because of the Geist God. Ended up playing also Red Reboot as well, and then two anti spells as my floodgated choice instead of there can only be one. If you end up going like game two or game three, you want to be able just to set anti spell. Also set it with Zulkin so you can get Crystal Wing coming out, flip up anti spell during their standby phase. Kind of GG. Once again, everything's gonna change during Bode, so
That
but
is true, and unfortunately we have about a month away. But hey, man, it's all good. You better be prepared, you know. During Swiss, were there any notable matchups you had?
besides this Drytron player that activated Shadolf should not be game one. Not very much. I went against Tri Brigade game one. Oh, there was a guy playing Danger Bigfoot in his Tri Brigade list, and he popped my Shen Shen, but he still lost.
Oh man, that was
Um,
spicy for a second there.
yeah, I was like, it did something, and then he lost. Just usual guys. It went Tri Brigade, Drytron. What was it? The Dragon League player that went second ended up beating him in on stream, and then I played against the guy Scott himself. Ended up beating him with Red Brew Boot and Duster. Saw them both. And then round six, the guy, one of the other VW players, ended up just losing to me too. And first time actually like going to a case tournament and doing well. So it takes due diligence and practice and determination. Anybody can go up and start working on the deck. It's like, oh, I can top, swear of that nature, but it takes just like determination and like the mindset in order to do it. So I always preach that to everybody who wants to be like a good competitive player. Just keep trying.
Oh man, that's great words over there. And just want to do a personal shout out real quick. My former 3v3 teammates, Toby actually got top four, and then Alex Fuentes won the whole thing. So shout out to them real quick.
God, yes. Toby is insane, and Fuentes is also insane.
Alrighty, Greathouse, thank you for being on the channel.
All right, thank you, Bortle. Thank you.
Yeah, and listeners, if you're not a part of Bortle Nation, suffer Bortle. It's that easy and it's free. Oh God, yes. Bortle out.